Good morning, my K-Sesians. How's it going? How's it going? Welcome back to part two of Learning to Row with me, okay? Okay, it's me. Who is me? It's me, your girl, your favorite psychic code, K. We are going over intuition today and 14 tips on how to enhance your intuition. You can't have anything without intuition, but first, we can't have anything without our intro. So we'll be right back. All right, guys, we are back. So we're going to go over 14 ways for you to enhance your intuition today. Why is intuition so important when you're learning how to do tarot or just using cards or anything like that? First off, without using cards, tuition, intuition is important because it's going to guide you and lead you as to instincts as to what's wrong, what's right, what you should pay attention to. It's all about instincts. Instincts is usually what comes first to you. Okay? What comes natural to you. So that's really built into intuition as well. It's different a little bit because intuition is more like what comes to your mind mentally, what maybe comes to your heart, a feeling, a knowing, right? All combined into one. So let me give you 14 steps as to how to enhance, or 14 ways as to how you can enhance your intuition. Okay, so the first thing we need to do when you're trying to enhance your intuition and you want to learn how to use cards and use them effectively is you want to learn how to let go of control. You can't control everything. You have to learn how to let go your need to control everything, because this is not about your control when you're learning cards. It's about spirit. It's about God. It's about your angels, your ancestors, and you being a conduit, right? So basically, as long as you try to maintain a grip on every little single detail of your life, you'll struggle to hear what your intuition is saying. While you may want to master your own destiny, you don't have to totally ignore what your gut is telling you. In fact, letting your intuition show you the way is the best way to create a life of contentment. Okay. So I know me personally, I have control issues and I want to control stuff and, stuff like that. But everything is not about control. Okay. It's about legit. I had to learn through this process. I have to trust what I'm hearing. And sometimes I question it if y'all watch me. You know what I mean? Because sometimes it still amazes me how it all works. But I need to really, really, really learn how to let go. It's like I've let go, but I'm like, hold on, let me get my wheel. Hold on, let me get my wheel. But no, it's natural for you to be reluctant to let go of control and be a conduit to get messages through you. Do you see what I'm saying? Okay. Totally natural. But the first step, you have to learn to let go, and just simply be and be open, and then trust your instincts, your intuition, right? The next thing, number two is detach yourself from your desires. What does that mean, Kay? What does that mean? One of the primary ways you can relinquish control is by putting some mental distance between your desires and your waking mind. Wishing for certain things and making things your goals is by no means a bad thing, but if your mind is forever focused on them, there is no space for intuition to thrive. Letting your mind drift away from those lofty dreams gives you intuition, the opportunity to work out how to make those a reality. Inspiration most often comes to us when we are not thinking about that which we are trying to achieve. So, detaching yourself from your desires, what does that mean? It's part of also relinquishing control. And you're really just, it's almost like taking your bias out of the reading. And that's why I put that in my little saying in the beginning, because it's so important for me not to put my own desires, my own will, my, of what I want to see come out. You know what I mean? Because again, you're relinquishing control and you're allowing yourself to be a conduit for messages. Okay. That's very important. Number 3, meditate to clear your mind. Mentally speaking, the environment in which your intuition works best is one of peace and calm. So not only should you forget about your desires on a regular basis, you should try to forget about everything that is going on in life. Meditation and the serene state of mind it creates is the ideal place for the seeds of intuition to grow into fruition, which is what we did yesterday if you joined me doing that. Okay, because meditation and practicing that daily is, again, letting your mind be clear so you can open your mind and receive the messages. If your mind is clouded with this, that, or this, then messages that you're trying to receive can't come in. Okay, so definitely this is all a process, right? All right. So number 4, be brutally honest with yourself. It is common for people to live not how they wish to live, but how they believe they should live. They try to present an image to the world that they think the world would like to see. But all this serves to achieve is stifling of intuitive thought. When you seek to keep up an act, you avoid risk-taking, you avoid failure, you deny your true calling. Regret is often the sign that you didn't take an opportunity you wish you would have. So notice this feeling and use it to fuel an attitude of honesty to your true self. So being brutally honest with yourself is, once again, you can't be holding up facades in doing tarot. Okay, especially if you're doing it with yourself or other people or whatever. You can't be holding them up aside. Like me, I done told y'all probably way too damn much about me, my life, and how I feel about shit, maybe. But that's part of the process, right? It's me being raw. It's me being real. You know what I mean? With myself. Even if like I'm, the truth hurts. But hey, it's the truth. And I have to be real and I have to be genuine. So that's definitely an important step while you're learning tarot and enhancing your intuition to be better at this practice. Okay, so number 5. Forgive yourself when things don't go to plan. Intuition is largely a matter of trusting yourself to know which direction you should be headed in, but nothing can ever run perfectly to plan all the time, which we went over the other day, right? If trust is to grow, you must not berate yourself when things go wrong. Criticizing a decision only erodes trust. So rather than looking at something as a disaster, look at it as a learning experience. Forgive yourself and remember that no sea is perfectly flat, and no journey on it will ever be without ups and downs. So forgiving yourself for, like, let's say if you're doing a reading and maybe you missed a message, okay? And you go back and you're looking at, like, let's say you filmed yourself, I don't know, and you go back and you're like, damn, I missed something. I wish I should have said blah, blah, blah. So now it's like, dang, should I trust? So it's like you just go into this spiral. Listen, what you put out there, you have to trust it. Like, even with the readings that I've done, I go back and look at my readings most of the time. And then you go back, I'm like, damn, I wish I would have added that or added this or blah, blah, blah. Yes, it's editing software where I could have added this and added that, but the message is what it was. And I can always go back and do a part 2, right? So again, that goes with trusting yourself. And that's what it was. Boom. You can always get better. Your growth in process, but but handle yourself with care while you're doing this process, okay? And learning to enhance your intuition. No one is perfect. Rome wasn't built in one day. And things take time to be great, right? All right. Number 6, notice serendipity. Advantageous opportunities will sometimes arise in your life. Recognizing them for what they are can really strengthen your intuition. When you notice the coincidences, that the fortuitous happenings and the apparently random acts, and you consciously train your intuition to spot them in the future. Simply observing something as a spontaneous life occurrence makes you more open and receptive to the idea of meaningful coincidences. So basically, if you're closed-minded, then you won't be like, boom. Like when I was just giving Terrence a reading, if you joined me the other day, and I said his throat chakra, I didn't realize when I looked down that I had actually pulled in his overall energy, the throat chakra. I was like, boom, that is a crazy coincidence. And I took it for what it was. That's a perfect example instead of me just, you know what I'm saying, overthinking it. Do you see what I'm saying? That's an example of noticing serendipity in situations while you're doing tarot. And like, let's say somebody would have just said something and then the card comes out. Like, you know what I mean? It's not second guessing that like, boom, they pulled out that card or this is, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, it happens. You know what I mean? And I mean, it could be a coincidence or it could be really on purpose, right? I choose to believe that it's on purpose. So it's like that difference there is what they're talking about in number 6. Number 7 is staying curious. It says we are at most intuitive as children, and this innate ability diminishes as we grow older. So it seems only natural to see closer ties with our intuition by reconnecting to our inner child, which is so important. That inner light, that innocence is so important, and to stay connected to that playfulness as you were when you were a child. One of the most important characteristics to rediscover that is curiosity. Children, as we know, are super curious, right? Children are super curious. And as an adult, you should be super curious. And all of my readings come out of curiosity, right? All of this is curiosity when I do a reading on a particular topic. I just simply want to know more, right? All right. So it says, when we are curious, we are observant, excited, and open to infinite possibilities. These are all traits of the highly intuitive. Look at the world through the eyes of a child, and you'll find your sense of wonder, which is a vital ingredient of intuition, period. Number 8, get creative. Another of the gifts we often lose from our childhood is that of creativity. Instead of just doing or making something for the sake of expression, we only put our time and energy into things with an end goal. The intuition is creative, and it works best as part of a wider creative mind. However you most enjoy yourself, however you most enjoy expressing yourself, by making it part of a regular routine just to see what happens. So guys, I make things often, like the jewelry, the self-love boxes recently, you know what I mean? I tried to get back into being creative and letting that show, because for a while I was just like, dang, I'm not creating anything. And I've always loved that as a child. Like I always loved art. I always loved making like little books and making this and making that. Like I just loved doing that because it was a form of expression. And it felt more genuine when you give somebody something that you made. Like that, I made this. I didn't pick this up and it's not mass produced. I made this. I willed this. I forged this for a purpose. You know what I mean? For somebody else for me to enjoy personally, but I also give it as a gift for somebody else to enjoy. So creativity is so important with enhancing your intuition. I love that step. That's a bomb step right there. That got me excited. Number 9, get out into nature. We do not exist within nature. We are nature, period. When we feel distant from the natural world, our senses dull and our minds lose sharpness. Neither is good for our intuition. Getting back to nature is more vital than ever before, thanks to the increase in urban sprawl. We're real. Untouched wilderness is pushed farther and farther from our everyday lives. So because of that, we forget that nature is key into this whole process, okay? Taking your shoes off and getting grounded, going outside and meditating, breathing that fresh air, taking a walk, having plants, smelling flowers, creating a garden, being amongst natural things of the world, hugging a tree. You know what I mean? Like going by a lake, fishing, whatever it is. Being there in nature simply is very important when enhancing your intuition, because you want to go back to source, basically, is your connection to source. Okay. Let's see what's next. Number 10. Okay. Staying positive. You can't maintain a positive outlook indefinitely. Okay. We know that. But the more time you can spend with a cheery view of the world and your life, the better. Intuition works in the best interest of your general well-being, and this means it operates at the peak efficiency when you are mentally prepared to follow its guidance. A positive mind is far more willing to act upon intuition. So, guys, we all know that, listen, life is real. We're humans. Life is tough, right? But listen, I always try to find the silver lining in a situation. Usually, sometimes I can get down and get pessimistic because we get tired, we get beat up. That's fine. But as long as you find your way back, that's all that matters. Okay. So staying positive, even when you're faced with adversity and negative situations, try your best and train your mind to see the positive in a situation. There's always light in the situation. There's always that silver lining. There's always a lesson, more importantly. So always try to train your mind, or try to always work on training your mind to see the positive in situations. Because I believe me, it's there. It's always there. You just got to find it. Next, number 11, one of my favorite numbers, right? Look for patterns in your dreams. Rather than just dismissing dreams as works of pure fantasy, you might want to consider viewing them as portals into your unconscious. Our true feelings and desires often exert a great influence over the subject and intensity of our nocturnal thoughts. So by observing our dreams, we learn a great deal about ourselves. Me personally, I dream every night. Some people don't dream. Some people keep a dream diary. Like, dreams to me are super important. I hate when people even wake me up out my sleep because my dreams are so important. But do I remember everything when I wake up? No, sadly not. But listen, in the moment, I feel like I'm growing, I'm learning something. Whether I'm cognizant of that when I wake up is another thing. But listen, dreams, if you can train your mind to remember and wake up and write down whatever you learned, that would be dope. Because believe it or not, you'll start to see patterns and a parallel between your life, your dream life, and reality. And that's dope that that's number 11, because it's like a mirroring. Dope. Number 12, another one of my favorite numbers because it's my birthday number. It says, notice signals from your body. Number 12, it says there is no separation between body and mind, which means that intuition can just as easily show itself through the feelings and sensations in your body as it can through thought. Whether positive or negative, your physical environment has a great deal to teach. If you need to pay heed to these lessons, they can act as both a lighthouse and a map, warning you of danger up ahead and steering your course around it. Signals from your body. Me personally, I get a ringing in my ears if something negative is coming up, usually on the left side. Something negative is coming up. If it's something really good coming up, then it's in the right ear. I also get chills a lot when I'm doing readings and stuff like that. Or just I've done even readings in my past, back when I've done like readings on my floor or in my bed in my old house, that like I would either like my voice could change in inflection, all type of stuff. I mean, I could start coughing maybe for the person. My head is starting to hurting. Like I'm getting a sensation in my stomach. It's burning like where somebody got shot. Like you have to pay attention to those, and it means something, okay? Because that wasn't going on before you tapped into your intuition or you did a reading. So you have to pay attention to those physical changes once you're tapped in and you're enhancing your intuition. It's definitely a sign that your intuition is enhancing and that those physical anomalies, if you will, stand for something. Okay. So don't dismiss them. Number 13, exercise your intuition. It may seem obvious that exercising something makes it stronger, but this is just as true with intuition as in any muscle in your body. But what does that mean exactly? Well, you just got to jump in and act upon whatever your intuition is telling you to do or listen to. This strengthens the trust that you have for it, right? So while you're also honing the accuracy of your awareness of it, you can begin to know which signs are strongest, which you might wish to ignore, so that eventually your true intuition becomes loud and a clear voice within you. So that's why a lot of tarot readers start with doing celebrities, because it's an easy case study, right? Even though I know a lot of y'all like to watch that as like entertainment and be juicy, but really they're case studies. I'm not tapped into celebrity life. I really could give a fuck less. I mean, because I've already exposed in several ways, what these people truly are. So it's really not smart to get wrapped up in them other than looking at them as pure entertainment. In this realm, I look at them simply as case studies. But it's a good place to start when you want to test out your intuition and you want to test out doing readings in your intuition and in your awareness, because you can see their life in headlines usually play out, for in a public forum. Okay, so if you have a couple of favorite stories or celebrities that you care to know maybe some truth about, then definitely start there. Also, when you're learning how to do tarot and enhancing and strengthening your intuition. Basically, I kind of sharpened my teeth and built my muscles up on those type of stories and cases, right? Number 14, take notes when you take notes when you can't act immediately. So our intuition will often be on hand when we need it most, but there will be other times when a flash of inspiration comes out of the blue. Period. This is so important. If you are unable to take action when that flash occurs, make a note of it in your phone or on a piece of paper, then follow it when you are next able to. This way you are never left scratching your head as to what you were trying to remember, that aha moment from the previous day. So these epiphanies, these downloads that you'll get while you're going through this process are super important. Make sure you write those down. Okay. Like yesterday with the whole rope thing and everything like that came to me. Yes, I remembered it because I was, going through it, but it could have come to me when I wasn't at a low moment. Do you see what I'm saying? So definitely start to write down these downloads and things that pop into your head suddenly. Okay. Just like I told you, like when people get readings and I say that, you are downloaded with like guidance or whatever from your angels, your ancestors, God. You're not going to remember everything. Sometimes people do because they can attach it to something that makes it memorable. But sometimes you won't. You're like, dang, what was that? So try to write it down on your phone or a piece of paper. And that is number 14 as to how to strengthen your intuition. So let me go to the chat. Let me see who popped up. And I want to acknowledge everybody. So Nicole Smith, girlie, you're the first one in the building. Gang, gang. I love that. Next, we have My Shay Johnson. Okay. Then we have Fly Mama. We got Galaxy Trucker. We got Andrea Tate. We got Yanni B. We got Roman's Mommy. We got Yalissa. We got Yes, It's Me. Guys, thanks for pulling up. Okay. And listening to these steps on how to strengthen your intuition and how to do tarot. And even if you don't even want to, use your strength, your strengthening of intuition on tarot and just, everyday life, that's fine. That's completely fine. All these cards is, no matter what deck you use, is really just a physical confirmation of what you already knew. Like, again, guys, I don't need these cards. But what it is that I also still have trouble second guessing my gift and my intuition. So the cards keep me in a place where, you know what, I'm right. Okay, I'm on the right track. Okay. Or maybe look at this. Remember, go back to this. Or don't forget to look. You know what I mean? It's one of those things, almost like a compass, right? An illustration, if you will. So when you're choosing the deck, choose a deck that's right for you. I told you guys to start with this Goddess Oracle card deck right here. Boom. Hold on. I told you guys to start with this deck here because it's easy. And it's a card it's a deck that you can pull from daily to get guidance with and start to strengthen your intuition. So I'm going to pull one today for me. And let's see what it says. Let's see what it says. I'm going to actually read from the book too. So let me pull that out. And this is an exercise as to if you do get this deck, even though it's $50-something, it's worth it. But even if you do get this deck, how to use it for yourself, right? Because you got to start with self first and then branch out to others. So, angels, ancestors, what do I need to know today? What's one card that represents something I need to work on today? What is a message that you have for me today? And then I'm going to get into something else, but hold on. Dope. So guys, also when you are asking your card something, try to make it specific to you. Okay. Make it specific to you. What do I need to learn today? What messages do you have for me? Okay. It's not really about other people so much, but it's more or less like, especially when you're asking about like, figuring stuff out about yourself, it's is more or less coming from a space of what can I do better? What energies can I change to bring this in? Do you see what I'm saying? So make sure you formulate your question from a standpoint of how does this benefit me? Okay. So back to the card. And that was a note that you should be taking down in your Learning Tarot book right there. But the first card, this card that came out for me was Aphrodite, inner goddess. Let me get these angles together. Oh, shit. So wonky. Aphrodite. Let me bring it a little closer for you guys. Look at the imagery. Okay, it says awaken the goddess within you through dance, self-care, and appreciating your divinity. Period. So let's go to the book. Let's go to the book. This is one of my favorite cards. This is like Venus energy, right? Which is a dope energy to have, especially in February, right? It says, message from Aphrodite. Allow your inner feminine wisdom and dynamic beauty to rise to the surface. Cherish its power and meaningfulness. No matter whether your physical body is male or female, you have an inner femininity that nurtures you and guides you with its intuitive principles. Now is the time to become aware of, take excellent care of, and celebrate your magnificence. All right. I don't think I celebrate often enough. I don't think I do. I'm super modest, super humble, and I don't. And I've always been that way when it comes to myself. I have times in my bag where I'm like, you know, out and proud, letting these titties swing. But most of the time, I'm super humble, reserved, and modest. It says meanings of this card. It says balance your male and female energy. So dope, right? Which is what we work on, which is why yesterday, let me show you something. Where is it? Which is why yesterday I had on my balancing male and female energy charm bracelet. That's why I had that on when we did the meditation. So it's so crazy that that card came back out, because it's like, boom, keep that up. You're working on it. It says take more steps to heal your sexuality, and I'm trying. It says enjoy being feminine, okay? Dance more often. Be receptive. In relationships, allow your softer side to come forward. Don't hide your femininity and dress in more feminine ways, period. It says more about Aphrodite. It says Aphrodite is the Greek goddess of passion and love, who's associated with the planet Venus. Like I said, Aphrodite's name means foam born, Foam, foam born. I didn't know that. As the legend says, that she sprang from her father's Uranus's castrated genitals. Wow. Greek mythology is crazy as fuck. Which were cast into the ocean. Thus, Aphrodite represents an unabashed female sexual energy. Aphrodite helps women feel comfortable with their bodies and sexuality. She helps both genders to experience more passion in their relationships and to become more balanced as far as individual male-female energy is concerned. Interesting, right? Interesting. So also, through pulling a card for yourself daily and then going over the meaning in the book and making it more personal, it helps you remember that energy, that card when you see it, because you attach something personal to it. And it has to be balanced, because when you look at it, if it's for somebody else, you may pay attention to different aspects of the card, but you just attach also and add more meanings. Though, you know, the more and more you use the cards, it could be different depending upon what you're asking. Okay, guys, pro tip. So that's what I got today. I appreciate everybody that pulled up. I didn't want to be too long with the video, but yeah, guys, that was it. Thank you for everybody that pulled up. Let me check out the chat real quick. You said you have to do your homework on the meditation video. Definitely do your homework. Yes, it's me said I'm rearranging my furniture after that read you gave me. Yeah, for real, guys. Like, just simply moving furniture, moving your bed, rearranging stuff, changing the scenery, the outlook allows more energy in. Legit. I'm glad you're taking note. Robin S. said, gratitude for this cake. Thank you, girly. Shauna said, I'm still learning and memorizing my deck. I've often tried to use intuition and the illustrations on the card. Sometimes my breakdown of the card doesn't match the meaning in the book. Any tips? because sometimes it's really not about the meaning in the book. Okay, sometimes the meaning in the book can help you, but sometimes it's just about what you see and the instinctually what you feel. Okay, so whatever comes to you. So looking at this card today, it's like I'm paying attention more to her breast, but it's the breast saying, like, you know what, be bare, don't hide, be who you are. You know what I mean? And maybe I've never looked at this card and thought that. I've just really took it for the literal meaning. So it doesn't have to, and I'm pretty sure if I look in the book, it doesn't say anything about no fucking bare breasts, right? So it's it's not about being so literal sometimes, you know, it's about going with what you feel, what messages are coming to you at the time that you pull that card. So sometimes it's not best to be so rigid. Okay. It's fine to go with the flow. So definitely don't second guess that. What else? Galaxy Tucker says, I hardly dream, and most of the time they are bad. I wake up scared. That's interesting. I haven't had a bad dream in a while, which I'm grateful for, because those are very terrifying. But think about it, though, you're having those dreams for a reason. Usually when you're having scary dreams, air quotes, it's more or less like an unconscious thing that you're not paying attention to, almost like a growing monster that you're constantly feeding unconsciously, that if you don't pay attention to, it definitely will become conscious, which means like it will reach over into your reality. So trying to when you wake up, write down what you saw, what you felt, and you'll start to see a pattern, and then therefore you can go ahead and attack what the real issue is via maybe looking it up in a dream book, or like Googling it, you know what I mean? And usually you can find an answer for different themes in a dream, but look for the pattern and make sure you start to write down what's going on and what you feel. And I think that should help. Let me see. Yanni B says, I don't know what deck of cards to get into try. Now listen, I'm only telling y'all what worked for me, okay? But you can't, again, jump off the porch and get the Rider-Waite deck, because that's a lot to learn when you have to learn the basics first. I'm thinking something like this type of deck right here. My goddess, this goddess angel deck is, like I told you guys before, it's one of the best starter decks you can get, because what you're doing is you're building yourself through self-confidence and messages that you're pulling for yourself. Again, you can't be helpful to anybody else until you enhance and strengthen your own intuition and your own self. So pulling a daily card and connecting with the imagery in the card and learning about, you know, blah, 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 is the first step. Working on stuff that you got to change, working on your problems, because how can you address or heal or be an advocate or a conduit to anybody else's problems if you first haven't mastered the art of listening to your own intuition for yourself? Okay. Another deck that you could start off in getting also is the Archangel. Oop, there goes my sunflower. The Archangel Oracle deck right here. Can you guys see that? I'm trying to get these angles right. Left is right and right is left in this small thing. This is Archangel Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue. She's also the creator of the other deck. But guys, what's so crazy about her, she's actually since denounced tarot cards and the whole art of this. I mean, and that's her journey. That's fine. But I'm still liking these cards and I'm still using them. Period. Some people say that they like Colette Byrne Reed over her. Because this is like one of my third decks, but we'll get into that. Don't jump off the porch yet, because this is also like a redesign Rider-Waite deck. Okay, so you're not there yet. Let's start with something like Oracle cards first. Okay. So I think those are like, and also like an Angel Answers deck too is another top 3 to start with, Oracle cards. So let me see what else. Mache said, I dream a lot. Show tell like it is. What's up, girlie? How you doing? Yenny B says, I just went out yesterday to get candles. I didn't see a pink shadow book either. Was you on Amazon? Really, this is on Amazon. This is about the inner child. I got this off Amazon. So Um, what's up, Rusika? How you doing? Yes, it's me. Said them right away cards are no joke. Yeah, so especially if you just starting, you don't want to start with there yet. Like I've got like a Bible, like a thick book. Just it's so much with that deck. We're not there yet. If you're just starting your tarot journey and this whole journey of learning your intuition and starting your intuition, that's going to be overwhelming with that deck. And a lot of people are kind of scared of that deck because it also tells you not negative stuff, but it tells you more of like, real cut, dry, blunt messages, and maybe you aren't ready yet. You got to build yourself up for that because you don't want to scare yourself. You know what I'm saying? You gotta build it up. You know what I mean? Got to build up that intuition. Right now, if you're just starting, you don't have no muscles. You're a baby. You know what I mean? That's like a baby trying to be a president. You're not there yet. Okay, so you got to strengthen yourself and you got to crawl before you walk. So I think these 3 decks right here is best as far as like starting your journey with learning self, asking questions about yourself, like, and your surroundings. Best way. Because then you can expound up off what you've, stuff that you felt, and you can start to listen and trust your intuition more if you go about it that way. Let me see. Yanni said, I'm gonna look into it. Thanks. You're welcome, girly. Yes, it's me. Says, I do have the angel answers cards. Right. Because these are dope. Like if you need to ask a timing, a yes or no, these are very dope. So yeah, use it. And it's not an amount of time that you'll be ready. You'll just know when you're ready to do more, hear more, and all of that. You'll know when you're ready. It takes time though. So don't rush the process. Fall in love with the journey. Like I told y'all before, my journey started when I was 30. I'm 34 now. Okay. So this is 4 years in the making, 365 times 4. Okay. Days in the making. Okay. So it takes time. Is there any more questions before we get up out of here about intuition or anything else you guys want to ask me about the process? Robin says also have real decks I purchased as well, though. I don't know what that means, Robin S. Just Be Love says, how do you feel about the app cards on the phones? That's fine too, because again, I just feel like everybody's intuition level is going to be at different places. I only can just tell you what worked best for me. If you feel like that works best for you with learning your intuition and strengthening it and learning cards and learning illustrations and learning the meanings and attaching personal meanings to it, whatever works best for you. But just know that you can easily get overwhelmed. So make sure you just take the journey slow. However you choose to take your journey, because listen, I'm just the messenger. However you choose to take the journey, that's up to you. But just take it slow. Okay. What was the name of the book again? It was called The Inner Child Work Journal. Inner Child Work Journal. Inner Child Work Journal. I was saying I made my own Oracle cards with blank cards I got off Amazon. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's dope too. That's dope too. Okay, that's dope. That's dope. Yanni B says, do you feel like doing a quick reading today? I only needed about 20 to 30 minutes. You talking about a personal reading? If you're talking about a personal reading, then we could do it at what time? Because I'm about to close this out. Oh, we can do it. We can do it at noon. Just email me your phone number again. And then we'll do the $2 a minute rate on the Google Duo. All right, guys. So that was the show. I appreciate everybody that showed up, asked questions, participated, commented. Guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Help us grow over here. We want to grow. Help us grow by like, sharing, and subscribing. Okay. Also, guys, I have an IG. Okay. I'm going to start posting more over there. Okay. What's your IG name? It's my same name that's over here. Kay says the Oracle. Look at the banner below on your screen. That is my name on IG. Kay says the Oracle. I'm going to post pictures on there every week. Guys, also tonight is True Crime Tuesdays. Tonight we're doing the story of his last name is Spencer. I can't think of his first name right now, but he was the black guy that was invited out to a cabin trip. All white coworkers invited him out to a cabin trip, and he ended up dead in the front line with 9 bullets in his back. So we're going to be talking about his story and figuring out details as to what happened tonight. So if you're interested as to what unfolds, then join me at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time for True Crime Tuesdays, guys. Also don't forget to grow us over there at Patreon. Okay, if you want to show that you're a super fan of Kay Says the Oracle and you would like to support me monthly, then you have exclusive access to content that I only drop over there first. Okay, if you want to get that content that I only drop over there first, then go over to patreon.com, search Kay Says the Oracle, and choose the membership that works for you best. Let me see what else. And also, guys, if you learned something today and you took something away from the show, then definitely send your girl some love via a gratitude donation to my Cash App. That would be greatly appreciated, guys, because once again, my channel is not monetized. Over here, YouTube does not pay me, okay? So donations are strictly how the channel is funded, okay? So I would greatly appreciate if you did learn anything and took something from the show to definitely send a gratitude donation to my Cash App. The Cash App is below in the banner. Once again, guys, I appreciate you to the fullest extent. And we're out of here. Like I always say, seek the truth, vibrate higher, and carpe diem. Guys, we now have an outro, so let's play that, and then we're out of here.